Let's listen to a little bit of a clip here.
Says, sir, you dropped this. And he comes back, picks it up, and keeps walking out. As we're checking out, the woman says, oh, he's just walking out. He didn't pay for that. I said, well, why didn't you stop him? She goes, oh, the governor. Swear to God, true story. On my mom's grave. The governor lowered the threshold. There's no accountability. No, I said, that's just not true. And I said, we have the 10th toughest, $950, the 10th toughest in America. She doesn't even know what I was talking about. By the way, it's the 10th toughest in America. Look it up. No one gives a damn about that. And I said, it's just not true. There's still stop. They said, well, we don't stop them because of the governor. And then she looks at me twice, and then she freaks out. She calls everyone over, wants to take photos. I'm like, no, I'm not taking a photo. We're having a conversation. Where's your manager? How are you blaming the governor?
Right, so this is literally Newsom, Governor Newsom of California, literally meeting face to face the consequences of his policies and telling the normal people living in his state that have to deal with them, actually, I think you'll find you're wrong. Real Karen energy, yeah, indeed. So he says that 900 is the 10th toughest in the union. This sounds like the exact kind of statistical meddling that, unfortunately, these days Democrats are very commonly attached to. Newsom, whatever the reason is, whether it's the 900 figure or anything else, whatever the reason is, your state is absolutely overrun with exactly the situation that happened in front of you. I have heard hundreds of stories of this, or at least dozens of instances. I've seen records of them on social media. It doesn't matter what is causing it on your end in terms of should we do something about it. If it's happening, you should do something about it. And it's not, as far as I know, happening in other states. So you've done something different which has caused a problem, so fix it. Don't tell the store owner, well, you're just wrong. That's not helping the problem, Gavin. But what it could be, hey, if it's not the 900 thing, which was often cited, it could just be that your district attorneys or whoever are, like they are in many places in the US, just letting criminals go. And that it is perceived by criminals that there are no consequences for crimes, and therefore they are doing this. Now, it may be, Gavin, that they are wrong. There are consequences for crimes, but it's been going on for a bit too long now, and I feel like if there were in fact consequences for crimes and they were merely mistaken, that would have sort of leveled out by now, and the deterrent effect of you actually doing something about the crimes would have sort of run through their circles to the point that they wouldn't be so confident anymore. However, that's not what's happened. Now, another thing, Gavin, that could be causing it is this is the United States, where everyone can have a gun, pretty much. So a criminal will probably, or could easily, have a gun. So the storekeeper, therefore, has two choices. Either they try to physically restrain the criminal, which might get them shot, or they shoot the criminal, which might get them put in prison. Because as far as I know, Gavin, and I don't know the specifics on this, but generally I am aware of the situation that the Democrat states in the US do not support self-defense, or anywhere near as strongly as they should. And so, if someone tries to steal something from your shop and you shoot them, you might be in more trouble than they were in California. Now, even if none of that's true, Gavin, something else is that's causing this problem, and you have experienced it firsthand, in real time, in real life. So what are you going to do about it? Let's see what he's going to do about it.
It was, $380 later, and I was like, why am I spending $380? Everyone can walk the hell right out.
Well, that's not fair. Not fair. Yeah.
It's my target. She triggered me. Sorry.
I'm gonna go ahead and get us started. I know that Mayor Gloria and Mayor Breed are still logging on. So
that might be the only thing in here that was about this, actually. So he's not saying what he's going to do about it. if not, he literally encountered it in real life himself and has written it off as, well, actually, the stats say no, it's all fine. No, they don't, Gavin. And if they do, you're being lied to. And if you're lying, that's different as well. Any Californians here can corroborate any of what I've said? Hello, Lemon Bot. No, Lemon, you're Mexican. You can't help. It's unfortunately, this is a problem that is just the fault of Californians in general, particularly the ones in the rural areas. Right, Field? So we learned yesterday, I mentioned this earlier, but I'll mention it again so Lemon can hear. We learned yesterday that Lemon's voice does not necessarily commend him as quite the tip-top most masculine of men. Get back to the videos. Lemon, the video's over. I can't not give you attention. It's all about you now, man. But he made up that entire field. You're just mad that I blamed all Californians for the inner city Californians. Field says it's literally illegal to use force to stop the theft of goods worth less than $950. This slimy. Yeah, so that's that would do it. That would do it. If that's true, Field, and I don't know if you would know that because you're not real Californian, but if you were right about that, then that would do it. That would cause this effect that he's discussing here. Yes, Lemon, I do occasionally say like. It is commonly used. The problem is that you were using it at least twice as often as anyone else would for what you were saying, so it became noticeable. This is kind of like Gavin Newsom, where he encounters a problem and then blames something else as if the problem should not exist when yet it does exist. If you're saying, yes, I was saying like, but you're saying like as well, therefore the problem shouldn't exist. Well, people noticed it, didn't they? They noticed, everyone noticed that you were saying like too much and started saying it about you, so there must be some difference. What's the difference? Gavin, what's the difference? Gavin, what's the difference between a functioning society and the one you've created? It doesn't matter if you think the shopkeepers are wrong. They're acting in their best interest. They're doing the best they can. And there's dozens of examples of this, hundreds, in fact. So what's the difference? What's changed? You need to figure that out, not just blame the victims in the situation. Just like Lemon, blaming me, the victim of his of having to hear his voice. Yes, I am making your speech pattern into a political metaphor, Lemon.